Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, the latest on a shooter at a Target thwarted how a suspect with an AR-15 style rifle and 13 loaded magazines was taken down by police who raced to the scene within minutes after the 911 calls. And we're kicking off Black History Month in a big way. We've got deals and steals from Black-owned businesses, plus a soul food showdown. And we're unveiling a very special mural. You don't want to miss it on Good Morning America.
Time now, 5:57 and about 32 degrees. And just ahead, our team coverage of the winter weather continues. We're going to have crews all around town and in the hill country. Our Sarah Costa is standing by with a look at the roads this morning.
All right, so there's a driver's view and there's an elevated view with some frozen precipitation on the lens at 1604 and Bandera Road. Team coverage continues right here on KSAT 12.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Sarah Spivey live in the storm chaser out across parts of Boerne. Overnight, as you know, we've been dealing with freezing rain, the worst kind of wintry precipitation. I'll show you what's going on in the hill country coming up in just a bit.
Good morning, everyone. You can see a lot of ice on the trees behind Sarah, and there's the live cam over there by the airport. Icicles on the lens. We're going to tell you how much longer this freezing rain is going to continue.
And it is a busy morning on the roadways. We're getting a look around town as conditions starting to get a little bit dicey for some. We have an update on closures and a few incidents coming up.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning to you. It is the first day of February. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks. Freezing rain and a mess on the roadways. But first, let's look at those school closures.
All right. So this morning, lots and lots of districts in our region have decided to cancel classes for the day today. Some of those districts include Northeast ISD, Northside ISD, San Antonio ISD, SCUC ISD, and Alamo Heights ISD.
And for a complete list of closures, scan this QR code. You're going to see all the colleges and area schools that are canceling classes today. And throughout GMSA, you will also see the list of districts on the ticker at the bottom of your screen.
It's a pretty extensive list. Let's go to Mike for the latest thinking on what's happening out there this morning.
Well, of course, the winter storm warning remains in effect up until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, even though in places some of the rain and or freezing rain has started to come to a bit of an end, at least temporarily. But as you can see, we still have plenty of it there in Medina County, heading up in toward the hill country and all around where there's been a lot of it, and temperatures have remained below freezing as of right now. And a little bit closer look up there going up I-10 in toward Boerne. And as you saw, that's where Sarah Spivey is right now. So are you seeing more rain up there, Sarah?
Mike, we are seeing some driving mist and drizzle. In fact, Bill is going to show you with the light there. You can see what it looks like out here. So in Boerne, it is still well below freezing. It's about 30 degrees right now. So this is still going to accumulate on elevated surfaces. Although I do have to say that most of the roads are fine. We're at a safe distance from I-10 right now, and cars are doing just fine. Again, if you absolutely must travel, just be very careful on those bridges and overpasses. But the main streets are just fine. Take a look at this tree behind me. This is why we've had so many power outages reported around San Antonio and even here in Kendall County today. It's because of the weight of this entire tree covered in ice on power lines and things like that. That's what's causing those power outages. By the way, if you see a downed power line, do not approach it. Take a look at the ground too. This is not sleet, this is not snow, this is just pure ice, wind-driven ice. Be careful too as you're walking about today. Look where you're walking because curbs are going to be pretty slick as well. So still assessing the situation. Overnight, we had about up to 1/4 of an inch of freezing rain in Boerne. And this mist is just going to continue to add a little bit of accumulation to what we're already seeing out here. We're staying warming up in the storm chaser. We're going to be driving around a bit more, see what we can see. For now, I'll toss it back to you, Mike.
Okay, so just to recap, everything except where your feet are right now on the pavement, everything else has ice on it, but the pavement's pretty good, right?
Pavement's good. Even the sidewalks are pretty good. It's just those curbs, the things that, you know, are a little bit higher in elevation that are iced over.
Okay, thank you very much, Sarah. And like I said, get in that storm chaser and stay warm. So a lot, and you saw just how it's that very fine rain that is being windblown up there in Bernie, and more of this does continue further on up to the north. And as far as temperatures, again, we're just hovering right around freezing. And even though these particular thermometers may be at 33 at the airport, at 33 right there at Randolph, that does not mean that everything melts immediately. And also it may be below freezing right there in your backyard. So we're going to continue with these temperatures right there, low 30s, upper 20s all day long. Also, we've got a bit of a wind chill to deal with. You saw how that wind up there in Bernie was blowing that rain almost at an angle. So that's putting the wind chill down to 24 degrees here in town. We do have low amounts of mold in the atmosphere. I think a lot of this rain washed a lot of the mountain cedar out. And like I said, temperatures just are basically not going anywhere. We will still have more of this light rain, even though it's going to taper off at times and not be constant this afternoon. We'll have more in the overnight hours and early tomorrow morning. Then it's going to come to an end. We've got a great looking weekend in store. Details on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen, I know there are some bad spots on roads and some closures too.
Right. Great looking weekend ahead, but we have to get through the next few days, Mike. Unfortunately, the roads are not looking any better here. Check out I-10 West at Loop 410. It's another one of those elevated areas where we do have a possible incident. Now, you can see that first responders are out there and scene. In fact, I'll step out so you can get a closer look. We do have first responders. In fact, one of them out there patrolling the roadways, which makes it really a scary situation when we have vehicles that are making their way on by. You have to slow down before you approach these elevated areas because there could be that possible ice on the roadway. Make sure that you slow down before you get on elevated surfaces. But if you can, try to stick to the frontage road. We're going to work to find out what area of direction this is in. But you can see the worst thing you could probably do is get out of your car. If you are experiencing any big trouble, we'll get some information for you a little bit later this morning. Remember, that Text.Hero program is a lifesaver. So let's go ahead and get back to the map because we do have a few issues I want to mention. 410 eastbound at Fredericksburg Road, that crash is still active, which means that it must be a pretty big crash because first responders have had their hands full in that area. And not only that, but we also are getting word of a closure near I-10 at Crossroads as you approach 410 east and west. And it looks like it could be along I-10 westbound, and that could be done as a precaution to make sure folks can avoid any icy areas. Another spot that is causing a big problem here is Loop 1604 eastbound at Lock Hill Selma Road. I did get a shot from our friends at TransGuide. It's not a very great shot, but we're able to see that there are flashing lights again on an elevated surface. And really, that's where we're finding a lot of the problems, which is why first responders and TxDOT crews may have closed this area at 281 at Loop 1604 interchange. And remember, that is because those elevated surface accumulate that ice. So don't travel through there. You won't have any luck at this point, but a wider look at the map does show it's quiet around town. And that could be because folks are staying home, but we're starting to see a lot more issues that are popping up on our roadways, and that's not a good sign. Different shot here at I-10 West at Loop 410. I'm going to have to watch this area closely, but I believe Sarah Acosta has been keeping a close eye on things as well. Let's toss out to her on the roadways.
Hey, good morning, Stephen. We're actually at 1604 in Lock Hill Selma, and they just cleared that crash you were talking about. It was a single car crash, I believe headed eastbound, and they cleared that crash. We have officers actually right in front of us. I think these guys were part of clearing that crash from earlier. But I just want to let you guys know, basically what we've been seeing this morning, we actually hit 2 patches of ice earlier, just a bit ago, one at 1604 and Gold Canyon at the turnaround there, another at 1604 and Bitters. Let me give you guys a wider shot there for you. And you know, we have a 4-wheel drive vehicle and we're going 10, 15 miles an hour at those turnarounds very slowly. Just goes to show you have to be very careful no matter what kind of vehicle you have and no matter how slow you're going. So right now where we're heading is 1604 westbound. We're heading towards that 10 interchange. They had it closed earlier, but they did run a bunch of brine trucks over it, and they have since reopened it. Also, that was closed earlier was the 281 1604 interchange. When you guys last spoke to us, they ran those trucks over it. They have since reopened it as well. We are mainly just seeing a lot of brine on the roads. We were behind a salt truck for a while at 1604 westbound right before I-10. They are making a lot of rounds. We actually, you can see them right here Those flashing lights, that's one of those salt trucks. They are really doing a great job this morning. Big shout out to TxDOT and those crews for keeping our roads safe. Also, we did hear a report on scanners. Where we're going to head next is Loop 410 and 10 for a single car crash for a vehicle that spun out. We are headed there next, so we will keep you guys posted on that. Back to you.
Good morning. We are live on the northwest side. This is the 11,100 block of Vance Jackson. Now, we've been sitting here in the dark due to power outages all morning long, but within the last 5 to 10 minutes or so, we noticed the lights came back on. If you look across the street, you can notice that they have lights there, also at this apartment complex where we are. But this is by no means over with. At first, they had about 2,900 customers in this area that were out. The map shows about 2,000 are still out in this particular area, but take a look at the CPS Energy outage map and you will see that the problems are widespread. All across the city, all across the county, really, there are power outages everywhere, thousands of people out. At one point, we had more than 40,000 homes and businesses out. A big concentration is just west of O.P. Schnabel Park, sort of in the Braun Road, Tesla Road area. That's where there are significant numbers of homes and businesses out of power. Now, CPS Energy did send out a tweet, and they said that a lot of these problems are caused by ice accumulations on trees and power lines, and we have heard a lot of calls for downed power lines. If you happen to be out and about and you notice downed power lines, CPS Energy warns you to keep your distance, stay away. They also have a special hotline that is set up for you to call, and that is an emergency hotline only for downed power lines. That number is 210-353-HELP. They say you should call that, and again, do not attempt to go near or on any power lines that you may see down on the ground, because they may be live, and that would not be a good situation. Reporting live on the northwest side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
All right, thank you, Katrina. Thank you to all the crews out in the field this morning.
6:11, about 32 degrees. Just ahead, our team coverage of the winter weather continues. We have crews all around town and in the hill country. Sarah Costa is standing by with another look at the roads this morning.
And let's look out there with live cam. Very cold, and you can see the result there. Freezing rain are some of the lenses of our cameras. You can see ice there as well. Be very careful. You can see there are people traveling early this morning. We'll be right back.
All right, time check is 6:15. I have been a busy man over here in the traffic lab. I was just speaking to our friends over at TransGuide. We are trying to confirm if 281 at 1604 is open or not, but I would say it's safe to say avoid those high-level areas if you can. We know that we have been seeing those closures in and around town. I want to get you on a rotation here. Now, we did have an issue along 10 West at Loop 410. That's already cleared out, so let's not worry about that anymore, but still, drive carefully. We are seeing areas like I-10 at Kerrville. A few folks still making their way on by, but I just saw this really big crash, and I think this is where Sarah Acosta may be heading to. 410 West at Cherry Ridge. Check that shot out. Wow, that is a heavy first responder presence, and I'm assuming this is where we're going to send Sarah Acosta next. She's been keeping a very close eye on the roadways. Now, we do know that there are some areas that are getting closed off, which is why I've been often on the phone with our friends at TransGuide. It has been a busy morning for first responders and our friends at TxDOT as well, so we thank them for all the information. But let's get to our map, because one of the areas that we've kept a close eye on is right here, 410 eastbound at Fredericksburg Road. Remember, that crash was still active. It's actually really not that far from Cherry Ridge, but we'll find out how it's impacting traffic. We're really not seeing that buildup as much anymore. A drive up here shows this crash is already cleared out. Loop 1604 eastbound at Lock Hill Selma Road. So Sarah Acosta mentioned this earlier, that she did see first responders leave the scene. So better news to report out there. But this is what I'm trying to get confirmed here, if this area is closed or not, because we did see that there were some crews that were pre-treating the roadways with brine. 281 at Loop 1604 interchange. which was reported to be closed, but we'll work to gather that information for you. Wide look at the map does show, thankfully, no congestion, so that would make things a little worse for us on the roadways. Hopefully, folks are staying home right now, but it does look like those flashing lights along 410 at Cherry Ridge may have already gone off in the distance, but we are still seeing some closures, like a few of them around town here. So I believe now we have Sarah Acosta, who's back live out on the roadways with an update on the conditions out there. Sarah, very busy morning for you as well. What do we have?
Absolutely, and we are actually at the 410 eastbound ramp. So I'm going to show you this shot here. We're taking it real slow because, like you said, it's really at the elevated levels. You have to be careful. We did just see some slush off to the side of this ramp here on the side of the road, and that's what we've really been seeing a lot. It's mainly the slush is on the side because those brine trucks have been really working hard. We are heading towards that Cherry Ridge incident. I don't know if it's cleared at this point, Stephen. We were also heading towards 410 and 10 because we heard of a single car crash spin out there. That has since cleared as well. Sorry, that is our scanner. It's loud this morning because that's how, oh, there are those first responder lights if you can see in the distance. This is that we're at Vance Jackson 410. Like Stephen was talking about, we have a heavy first responder incident here, just seeing a lot of flashing lights right as we exit 17B at Vance Jackson. We have ambulance, EMS is here. I'm trying to check that out. It looks like that is a single car crash, and EMS is checking out the scene there. So if you're out in the area, please be careful. We're not seeing as much precipitation falling, but the roads are still wet, and a lot of the brine trucks, TxDOT brine trucks, working overtime to keep our roads safe. So if you don't have to be out on the roads this morning, stay home. Back to you guys. Mike?
Thank you very much, Sarah. Yeah, stay safe out there. And anything above the surface is going to be freezing, and you can have some very beautiful pictures from this. It can be gorgeous. That ice chain, or the rain chain, is now an ice chain, as it says there. Great shot. And notice how there's nothing on actually the surface. Temperatures, again, I keep emphasizing this is one thermometer. These are individual thermometers, and it may be freezing right down the road from there, but we still have the constant freezing temperatures up there in portions of the hill country. And even though, and like Sarah was just reporting, the rain is tapering off, there were a few little droplets on the windshield right there, so there may still be some of that light rain, fine mist that's almost too light to be picked up on radar that is falling around the area, but we still have plenty of it up there in portions of the hill country. And as far as outages, and this is one thing that we've been having to deal with, and these are some of the outage totals per county, and this is because we've seen all the buildup, the ice buildup on a lot of the branches. There's been a pretty good breeze out there, ice buildup on some of the power lines, the transformers. So these are some of the numbers that have come on in here. We've got about 32,000 in and around Bexar County, and even surrounding counties, 4,000 up there in Comal County, Medina County, about 1,500, but you go up in toward Austin. Austin has just been slammed by this. 68,000 outages are being reported, power outages up there in and around Austin. So that is, we have it pretty tough in parts of the hill country, but it's a lot worse the further north you go. Here's a computer model, and as you saw where the rain is trying to ease up in places, we still do have some in parts of the hill country, and it's not going to be as widespread nor as heavy as what it was in the overnight hours, but we're still going to have a little bit around there, but it's going to be sort of off and on throughout the rest of today, kind of like it was yesterday afternoon, where it was sort of off and on and maybe even coming to an end at times. But we'll have more just redeveloping in the overnight hours and early tomorrow morning. Then that's finally going to be moving on out of here once we get into midday tomorrow. So that's why, again, the winter storm warning is going to remain in effect. And temperatures, again, really won't move that much today at all. So if you're at a little bit below freezing, you're pretty much going to be staying there. And any little bit of even that mist is going to continue to build up. So even though it may not be raining, we're still going to have the ice on those trees. A little bit of a breeze out there today as well may cause some more problems. So this doesn't just melt immediately if temperatures then get above freezing. We'll top off at 35 degrees and we'll stay pretty steady then in the overnight hours here in town. So here here's a picture of the satellite and the radar mixed on in here, and heading out way northwest of the hill country. That's where it is a whole lot worse. And you can see this circulation just to the southwest of us. That's what the upper low, which is helping to pump all this moisture in from the Pacific Ocean, that's got to move on past here. And once that does tomorrow, that's then going to clear us out very nicely as we get into especially Friday and then going into the weekend. We're going to warm back up. So again, I keep emphasizing we started this week on Sunday in the mid 70s. We're going to end this week in the upper 60s, mid to upper 60s, and even some low 70s around the area. So today, 33 degrees at noon. Some rain, freezing rain still is going to be scattered about the area, not constant later on today. 35 for a high temperature this afternoon. And then in the overnight hours, temperatures are going to stay fairly steady, like I said, here in town. We still have the winter storm warning in effect and the winter weather advisory down to the southeast. This is up until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we're still going to be seeing some accumulation. So it's not going to take much with these temperatures still just below freezing on all of those tree limbs up there. But like I said, it's a whole lot worse out in northwest portions of the hill country. And then as we go on into tomorrow, a little bit of leftover rain. We'll see some sunshine in the afternoon, upper 40s, 60 Friday. Very cold starts, beautiful over the weekend, 61 on Saturday, 70 on Sunday. Another rain chance is going to move on in here, not with the freezing temperatures, but by the middle part of next week, we have, as of right now, another fairly decent rain chance. And one quick note, if you're planning on heading to the cattle drive on Saturday, Western Heritage Parade and cattle drive, it's going to be pretty chilly. But we are going to have clear skies, and it's going to warm up then in the afternoon. Steph, Mark? Nope, going to break. Sorry about that.
And welcome back. It is 6:26. Of course, that cold weather is a story this morning. You're looking at a live picture at San Antonio International Airport. Right now, according to FlightAware, 31 flights have been canceled today. Many of the flights are with Southwest Airlines. However, American Airlines, United, and Frontier flights are also affected.
626, about 32 degrees.
Let's look back out at the roads with TransGuide. It's been a mess all morning. You can see right there at this shot on the camera lens, the ice there on the lens. This is a look out at Loop 1604 at Bandera Road. We're going to be checking back with our Stephen Cavazos, who's been busy all morning long. Hey, welcome back. Good morning. It's 6:29. We want to get right to the school districts that are canceling classes today due to the wintry weather. Now, some of those districts include Northeast ISD, Northside ISD, San Antonio ISD, SCUC ISD, and Alamo Heights ISD.
For a complete list of closures, scan this QR code. You'll see all the colleges and area schools that are canceling classes today. And throughout GMSA, you can also see the list of districts in the ticker there at the bottom of your screen. Good morning, everybody. What a way to start the month of February. It is Wednesday morning.
Good morning. Yes, bundle up if you have to head outside and be super careful on those roadways. Let's go ahead and get the latest from Mike.
Yeah, we have been seeing a lot of rain, freezing rain overnight. It has been very, very constant overnight. A lot of it has started to taper off, as you can see in and around San Antonio proper. But out in portions of the hill country, we still have plenty of it. And this is where temperatures have been below freezing. Now, we still have some icing here in town on anything elevated. Street signs, trees, a lot of the overpasses, a little bit of slush. But TransGuide's been doing a pretty good job of keeping some of that brine on there. But out there in the hill country where boy, the ice just continues to build up on a lot of the tree limbs, and that's the situation in Bernie. And Sarah Spivey has been there all morning long, actually all day long and all night long from yesterday. Compare yesterday to today. Yesterday there wasn't as much icing, and now how thick is it on some of the trees?
It is very thick on the trees. I've seen some measurements of at least 1/4 of an inch of ice on a lot of these trees. I'm showing you guys these trees again. You saw them a little bit earlier if you've been watching our program closer to 5 o'clock. You can see just how thick the ice is on that tree there and how half of it is weighed down. This is the reason why we're having so many power outages across parts of northern San Antonio and into the hill country. Now here in Kendall County, things are pretty good, but generally there are a few power outages, about 1,000 customers without power right now in parts of Kendall County, but that's just a fraction of the folks who are provided with power here. So that is some good news. Now, I want to point out I'm under an awning because there is some driving mist and drizzle out there, some very, very light rain, and temperatures as I look at my handheld thermometer are still below freezing, barely so. But as for road conditions, we have been hearing along I-10 that traffic is really starting to pick up. I would still exercise extreme caution on those bridges and overpasses, but other than that, road conditions are actually pretty okay here in Boerne. Things look a lot worse up here than they did yesterday, and unfortunately that is resulting in some power outages around the city. But reporting from Boerne, I'm meteorologist Sarah Spivey. Back to you.
Yeah, I can see in the background behind you there on the street the rain and glistening off the pavement behind you there. So, but like you said, at least it is just wet on the streets. Thank you very much, Sarah. Keep warm out there. So this is continuing. Like I said, some of it has started to taper off. There may still be some mist out there this morning, so that's what we have to watch out for. And again, those temperatures remain right below freezing out there in Boerne. So that rain is just going to continue to, the ice is going to continue to build up. Like you said, maybe a quarter of an inch on some of those trees, but that will continue to build up. And that's going to be the situation throughout the rest of the morning. 33 out there at the airport, but then notice how Randolph is at 32 degrees. So it really depends on where you are. You can go right around the corner and the temperature may be below freezing. And that's why we have to still be very careful with these temperatures just kind of flirting around freezing for some ice potentially to build up on some of the overpasses, obviously on anything that's not down there on the ground. Also, boy, the wind chill out there. As you saw, that rain was kind of being blown at an angle up in Boerne, and we've got enough of a breeze to give us a wind chill of 24 degrees right now here in town. And of course, the winter storm warning remains in effect through tomorrow morning. So even though things are kind of tapering a little bit, we'll still have a little bit more of this rain. Temperatures still stay right around freezing. So the icing is going to continue to build up, especially in portions of the hill country. But the forecast is looking a lot better as we head in toward the end of the week and the weekend. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen, how are the roads looking?
Well, unfortunately, Mike, we are not seeing much of an improvement out there. 281 at Hildebrand. Let's get a wider look at TransGuide. Now, we have the cameras on rotation here, so we can give you a look at what other areas are looking like at this point. Now, I-10 is one of those areas a little bit further up the further you go in those westbound lanes. We're not really going to get a clear shot because there's really not a lot of lights out there to show us the conditions. But as Sarah Spivey mentioned, she's already hearing that traffic is picking up. We are seeing situations like that we just saw on the TransGuide camera where some icicles are accumulating on those cameras, and that's because it's at an elevated surface. Now, 10 at Crossroads, that area I mentioned a little bit earlier, we sent a push alert out on Twitter that area is closed as a precaution right now. That is I-10 West going up Loop 410, and it's pretty much in that same area where we still have this active crash, Loop 410 eastbound at Fredericksburg Road. And quite honestly, I'm surprised that we're still seeing it out there. First responders have been very busy, so we can probably label that as a major incident, but not the only one that we're tracking. This is the latest that just came in from our friends over at TxDOT. Loop 1604 eastbound at US 281. Another crash has been reported in that area. It's the same spot where really we had first responders shut it down so that way they could spray it with that brine that's supposed to make the road safer. So unfortunately, we do have another incident that we need to keep tabs with, but we're going to check now in with Sarah Acosta. Sarah, where are you headed to now? All right, looks like we're having a few audio issues out there. We'll check in with Sarah in just a moment, but let's get back here to this map. So we're going to find out more information here at Loop 1604 eastbound at 281, but I believe now we have Sarah ready. Sarah, what's the latest?
Hey, Stephen, I just want to show you we're on the 410 eastbound ramp. You can see we're just kind of going real slow because we got some salt trucks right in front of us. So we are going extremely slow, letting them do their thing. They've been doing a great job all morning long. They have police and hero truck escorts, and this is what they've been doing, just really salting these elevated areas, especially these over ramps here. So this is the 410 eastbound ramp at the 10 interchange, and we're just taking it slow behind these big salt trucks. And what we've been seeing this morning is we actually hit two small ice patches at one point, and they were both at 1604 in Gold Canyon, another at 1604 in Bitters at the turnarounds. That's where we hit those ice patches. And, we're four-wheel drive. We're going 10, 15 miles an hour at those driving or how slow you're going, but just keep it here with just keeping it slow behind.
Yes, right now we're in northwest San Antonio driving northbound on Bandera Road and just taking a look at the area. It's pretty dark out here and the roadway is very slippery. We're going to turn the camera around so you can see what we're seeing. When you look on the left side of the street, you see that darkness. That's where a lot of the power outages are right now in the area. As I said, I'm driving northbound towards 1604 right now, and you can see this intersection we're getting to right now of the traffic here. We're just stopping, taking our time. Haven't seen too many crews out this way to start work on the power out this way. They could be in different areas, but over here on Bandera northbound going towards 1604, haven't seen any crews yet. We're driving really slow. You can see there on the left the McDonald's, the HEB. A lot of you are familiar with this area. You live over here, you go to school over here. There are many power outages, so you want to take your time. You want to be careful traveling through this area. There are dozens of traffic intersections with the lights out right now as well. A lot of the power lines are also iced over. You can see a lot of the icicles on the signage as well, and the power lines and the railings. So you want to drive slow when you come out this way. It is very slippery, as we mentioned. Okay, and right now you all should be able to see me as of now. Okay, here we go. Now we're working with the camera. Again, just a reminder, if you're traveling northbound on Bandera going towards 1604, drive slow. It is very slippery out here. Tons of power outages as well. And I'll be passing it back to you, Mark and Stephanie.
All right, thank you, Alyssa. Talking about those power outages, we have about 41,000 customers without power at this hour. New this morning, a scary scene after flames break out at a home on the city's west side.
Happened just after 10 on North San Gabriel Avenue near Culebra and North General McMullen. Crews were able to get the fire knocked out quickly without anyone getting hurt. However, one person will be without a place to stay for now.
Firefighters say the flames were sparked by a heater, and damages are said to be around $20,000.
6:39, right around 32 degrees.
And just ahead, our team coverage of the winter weather continues. We're going to have crews all around town and in the hill country.
We're back with a look at the roadways, I-10 at Crossroads. Now, remember, this is an area that we sent a push alert out about earlier because the area I-10 westbound as you approach Loop 410 east and west is closed right now, and it looks like that could be as a precaution. You see those first responders, they've been out there a little while, but traffic has been moving pretty steadily through those east and westbound lanes of I-10, so that's good news. Really haven't seen a lot of folks out there, guys, and I'm glad to say that, but we have seen our fair share of issues, so let's get to some of them here on our map. Loop 410 eastbound at Fredericksburg Road, I am still seeing those flashing lights out there. Unfortunately, that crash is still being reported by TxDOT. So we're going to keep an eye on that, but not the only one. Unfortunately, they're also reporting some ice here along Loop 1604 eastbound at 281, the site where we did have another crash that was reported. Now, that crash may have cleared out, but again, TxDOT crews are reporting that we are seeing some ice out there on the roadways. So obviously, that makes the commute a little dicey for anybody that has to head out this early in the morning. Do want to remind you, we saw it in Sarah Acosta's live shot. We do have TxDOT trucks out there pre-treating the roadways, possibly with that brine and beet solution that we reported on yesterday. So that's to make the roads safer, but I would advise just stay home if you can. If you don't have to commute, that would probably be best. But if you do, and let's say you experience trouble out on the roadways, as a quick reminder, contact the TxDOT Hero program. Their services are incredible and life-saving. They change flat tires, perform minor vehicle repairs, remove minor crashes from the roadway, and assist first responders at the crash scenes. Now remember, you have to be stranded or experiencing trouble on a highway to utilize these services. Their number 210-732-HERO. And Mike, I did receive an update from our friends over at TxDOT. They had over 100 incidents that TxDOT crews responded to, Hero trucks that is, yesterday. So it was a busy day for them. I'm assuming it's going to be another busy day today.
Well, hopefully more people are staying off the roads today since we had this continuing overnight and the ice has really built up. And that's the situation with a lot of these plants. This is from our photojournalist, Billy Caldera. And yeah, I mean, you can just see how thick that ice is there. And that's just going to continue to be added to. And that puts so much weight on those trees. Temperatures remain basically at freezing. Yes, there are a couple of spots, Port SA at 34, 33 at the airport, but then you go down or over to Randolph, I should say, and it's right at freezing. So it's just that, you know, it can vary. And even at the airport, it was varying between 33, 32 every few minutes a couple of hours ago. So we're still going to be right around freezing, which means, yes, some of this will continue to freeze on contact and add to a lot of that the ice and the buildup on those trees, and this is also going to continue. Now, some of it is changing over just into a little bit of light rain out there in Medina County, and there is some mist as well. Further off to the east, there is not as much in the way of any precipitation, maybe a little bit of some freezing rain around Cuero and just to the east of Gonzales as well. And computer model does show that it's not going to be completely raining all the time. It's not going to be complete coverage all the time, sort of like yesterday. It's going to be off and on, but we'll still have a little bit of that freezing rain up there in portions of the hill country, and it can be just fine mist, but that's just going to add to and continue to add on to the tree limbs, the power lines, and everything else that is above the surface that is going to get that coating of ice on it. So this will continue in through today. Again, not raining constantly. Then in the overnight hours, we will start to see another sort of batch of this rain, especially in parts of the hill country. So that's going to add to it in the overnight hours and going into tomorrow morning with just basically rain off to the east. Then finally this, and again, this is in the wee hours, then finally all this is going to come to an end and we will start to see a little bit of clearing by the afternoon. But temperatures pretty much aren't going to be changing at all throughout the day. 32, 33 degrees, that's here in town, freezing in the hill country, and then we will make it to 35 later on this afternoon. We'll still have a little bit of light rain here and there, a little bit of light freezing rain, and then temperatures overnight are pretty much going to be staying steady, and so therefore then after that we start to warm up a little bit throughout the afternoon. Not a heat wave, but it will finally get well up into the 40s. Here's the satellite and radar picture, and on the hill country, I mean beyond the hill country I should say, it is a huge mess out there, and the upper low, you can almost see a little bit of that spin right there. That's what is kind of powering or pumping in all this moisture from the Pacific Ocean. That's going to work its way across the area, and until it gets past us, we still keep some of this rain around here, but that's going to be on Thursday. Then in behind it, we've got some great weather coming in here for Friday, for the weekend. Chilly mornings, actually really cold mornings down in the mid-30s. Clear skies, though. We're not going to have to worry about any more precipitation. Then we have another low which is going to be developing, and that's going to be coming on in here by the middle part of next week, and that's going to give us another shot of rain by the middle part of next week. So as far as today is concerned, we will have a little bit more of the freezing rain in portions of the hill country, and it's not going to be constant, sort of off and on, and then a high temperature today up to 35. That's here in town, still freezing in the hill country. Then that temperature stays pretty much steady overnight, but again, that little bit of extra rain, that's what's prompting or continuing the winter storm warning to be in effect up until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then things are going to start to sort of taper off, if you will, as far as precipitation is concerned. But in the wee hours, we'll still have more of that in parts of the hill country. Then tomorrow afternoon, a little bit of sunshine. 47 for a high temperature. Next couple of mornings, then Friday morning, Saturday, mid-30s, getting up right around 60, more sunshine, 70 on Sunday, and then that next chance of rain comes in here by the middle part of next week. Steph, Mark.
Mike, thank you very much. Just about 10 till 7, right around 32 degrees.
Let's look out there with live cam. Like Mark said, 32 degrees, very cold. You can see the ice there on the lens. Our crews have been busy keeping you updated all morning long. You can still see the ticker at the bottom of your screen also with all the school closures. We'll be right back.
Ready to shine from the inside out? Say yes to Nature's Bounty Advanced Gummies and Jelly Beans, the #1 brand for hair, skin, and nails, with 2 times more biotin to bring out more of your inner beauty. Get more with Nature's Bounty.
Hey, did you hear? There are new COVID-19 booster shots designed for recent Omicron variants. Pfizer, the more you want to do, the more we want to do. Schedule yours at vaccines.gov.
I get bladder leaks. It's just a new way of life for me. The Always Discreet pad is super comfortable. It feels like it's barely there. Look at how much it holds, and it still stays thin. I've looked at myself in the mirror, and I can't see it at all. That's the protection we deserve.
Introducing Astapro Allergy. Now available without a prescription. Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free spray. While Flonase takes hours, Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. So you can Astapro and go.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, the latest on a shooter at a Target thwarted how a suspect with an AR-15 style rifle and 13 loaded magazines was taken down by police who raced to the scene within minutes after the 911 calls. And we're kicking off Black History Month in a big way. We've got deals and steals from Black-owned businesses, plus a soul food showdown. And we're unveiling a very special mural. You don't want to miss it on Good Morning America.
Starting their day in the dark. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. That's the situation for thousands of people all over the area. We're live on Gilboa Road near Bandera. We've got power outages due to what you see right here. CPS Energy says a lot of this has to do with ice on the trees and power lines. It's knocked out power to thousands of people all across the area. You can see restaurants in the dark, but people still waiting for breakfast. Let me give you a quick look at the CPS Energy map where you can just see how widespread these power outages are. At one point, we had more than 40,000 people across the area without power. This neighborhood here is one of the largest outages that is still going on. And again, CPS Energy says a lot of this has to do with those power lines and trees that are covered by ice. They do warn you, though, that if you see any power lines down, you should keep your distance, stay away, because it could be a dangerous situation. You can also call a hotline that is set up for emergency purposes for down power lines. That number 210-353-HELP. That's for CPS Energy, and again, used for emergency situations with down power lines. Reporting live on the Northwest Side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
I'm meteorologist Sarah Spivey out in the storm chaser in Bernie and across the hill country. This is the scene. Ice accumulation across trees, power lines. Thankfully, streets for the most part look fine. Just be careful on those bridges and overpasses.
Thank you, Sarah and Katrina. Stay warm out there. Now, we're keeping a very close eye on the roadways. 281 at Hildebrand. Let's get one last look here in town. It's morning rush, but there's really not a lot of folks out there, which is good. We're hoping a lot of you can stay home, but if you do have to head out in the next few minutes, remember to drive safe. We're keeping a very close eye on those elevated surfaces where we tend to see that ice accumulate, but other than that, we'll have updates throughout the morning.
Surfaces, case in point, the lens over there at the camera by the airport, a little bit of ice on that. We still have freezing rain in portions of the hill country, and temperatures are flirting right around freezing. That's going to be the situation all day long, and we are going to continue to see rain off and on. Gang.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Count on us to keep you covered throughout the day right here on KSAT 12.
We'll see you at 9.